Hi friends, David here from Above AVL and Learn Stage Video. And in this video, we're going to talk about a new to us, PTZ camera, one that pans and tilts and zooms and follows you. This is a beautiful thing. You can see the mess of my office, but this is the BZBGear Adamo JR, and we're really excited about this camera and to show you what we think about it and whether it's the right camera for you. Let's dive in. The past many years, honestly, my experience with PTZ or pan tilt and zoom cameras has been that most of the time they really stink. Historically, they've not been great. A few years ago, we got a camera from another brand that is our overhead shot, typically here in the studio, and it's all right. But a lot of PTZ cameras out there are you're either going to one of the big camera manufacturers and you're paying 4, 5, 6 grand for what is a nice camera, but it gets pricey for a lot of users, or you're getting something cheaper that just doesn't look good, doesn't have great color, and just really doesn't impress you. Today's PTZ cameras really take things a step further. They're not just for hospitals anymore and medical and classrooms. They're really capable of doing a lot. And so in this video, we're going to show you exactly that. So first things first, this camera that you are watching right now that is auto tracking me is the BZBGear Adamo JR. This one's the 20x zoom because of the time of this recording. Just when we lined up getting this demo sent out to us, that was what was in stock. Though in this studio environment, a shorter 12x zoom would have been a little bit better. That being said, in the box, you kind of get the basics. It's a camera. It mounts to the tripod. Of course, we don't need to show you the camera. You'd rather see video from it because that's what matters. It's small. It's, gosh, I'm pretty darn sure it's silent. It's darn near quiet. And it has on it SDI, HDMI, and also USB to work as a webcam, which is very nice, and a network port. It can power over PoE, and it also has the ability, as we noted, to do the auto tracking. So in the box, you kind of get the basics. Just if we're gonna, pop through that really quick, you get yourself a bunch of packaging. You get some short cords. There's a nice lens cap. It actually is a really nice lens cap that comes with it. The camera itself. And then you get a box that has different cords and also has a manual remote if you choose to use it with a manual remote. Manual remotes can be okay. You can go, like on a remote like this, you can get to 4 different cameras and you can choose different presets that you have predefined. And it's gonna work pretty well for those kind of use cases. You can do things like turn on and off, the auto tracking, switch to different presets. It's an IR remote, so you have to be line of sight. It's not bad. I would say there's also a power cord, which I'm not using because power over Ethernet, okay? And so I would say in terms of controlling these things, you've got a couple options, right? You've got the remote, which again, basic, point and shoot, turn on and off the IR. Maybe if you were in a classroom and you just had one camera, that's going to work okay for you, 1 or 2 cameras, right? But if you go beyond that, then you're going to either want to use one of these guys like a Stream Deck. BZBGear has a direct app that integrates with the Elgato software, but with Companion, you can use the Sony Visca plugin, VISCA, and that is a protocol that these cameras are able to use. So you're able to call presets, move it, etc., etc., etc. If you're going to be doing a lot of changing, then I definitely recommend taking a look at something like this. So this is their BZBGear Commander. This is actually their old one, their BG Commander. And this one I would say is closer in functionality to now their Commander Junior. Oops, wrong camera. We'll stay in this camera for a second. No, we won't. Their Commander Junior, which means that you essentially have the ability to select individual cameras up through 7, okay? You can make some basic color, exposure, and focus adjustments. Zoom right here. So I will just go, I'll just grab a hold of this camera actually, which is another BZBGear model. And then also the ability to adjust the position, pan, tilt, and then you can twist this knob for zoom. Very good. And you can call presets that you've recorded. Like many of these sorts of things, recording is as simple as getting the camera in place, holding the number of the preset down. Once the little notification goes away, now we have just stored that preset, as you can see. And so these things are pretty darn cool, and I've got to be honest, I've been really impressed with the Adamo Jr. Now, where does it come just a little bit short? PTZ cameras are known for having small sensors. So if we compare this here to our main camera, which is a Sony ZV-E10, it's a not a micro four thirds, but it's a mirrorless camera. And it has a very specific lens on it that allows us to get a really nice depth of field that helps our LED wall look really good and not have the Moyar effect. Okay, with this 20x camera at least, I am picking up a little bit of the Moyar effect. Now, I also have in the studio here, I don't know if you could see it, now it's behind the monitor, but we've got ourselves a 10x camera from BZB, which is doing this shot here that we just had gone to. This one's an older model, but I really wanted to try it out because I think it's really cool. And that particular model at 10x, I was able to put it out in front and not have any issues with Moyar effect on my wall. So long story short, you know, getting distance from your subject and the wall is key, because if you notice, if I step here, you know, only about a foot in front of where I usually stand, and only about, well, we can tell you, right? Only about, I'm going to say 5 feet from the LED wall. Yeah, only about 6 feet from the LED wall. We're already in the place where we don't have Moyar, and this is a DVS Visra 2.9 millimeter wall, if you're interested in that. So, you know, the long and short of it is that, you know, these cameras have come a long way. The Adamo series in particular has both 4K and 1080p cameras. This is a 1080p camera. But more important than the resolution that it's outputting, because I'm going to be honest, any camera can output resolution, right? That's pixels. You can take any camera and spew resolution out of it. But what you can't do is have what BZBGear has done, and what I've seen here, both in talking with their team and looking at the products. It's a really good sensor. They use Sony sensors, so that means you're getting the best image quality you can, okay? A good lens, and then good software. And that's really key as well. BZB actually has customized software for their cameras, and if you ever run into any bugs, any issues, anything, they are quick and they can address it in software updates. Okay, if you go with some of these cheaper PTZ cameras out there, they can't do that, and they won't do that, and they don't have support for that kind of stuff. So not only does it look better than a cheaper kind of a no-name camera or something like that, but I've seen the difference. And also just in even tech supporting, I was trying to find setting Kelvin white balance in this particular controller. Can't do it, but I can do it on the web interface, okay? Which is full featured, has access to every parameter of the camera that you want, really nice and easy. And, you know, I just shot their support email, not any of my contacts there, just shot their support email a message, and I heard back really quickly. They're West Coast. I shot a message in the morning here, Central Time. Within an hour or two, I had a response that told me exactly what I needed. Can't get to exact Kelvin white balance on here. Can get to it in the computer, which I knew. But their Junior, Commander Junior, which is a newer controller, can access that, as well as their big Commander, which actually has the camera shot on the screen. So all that to say, you know, when you're looking for the best of support, quality, you know, really good warranty on these products. They have a Pro tier and they have what they call their Essential tier. But the Pro tier, both warranties are good. The Pro tier warranty is really good. This is something that we're excited about to help bring in. We really like these cameras, and if you're looking for PTZ cameras, even if you don't know what a PTZ camera is, you say, you know what, I need a camera. It can follow someone around, or I can park it into some different presets, right? Like here, I'll go ahead, park this in a preset right here in our studio, and I'm gonna keep it there. Oops, I have to turn off the auto tracking and go back. There we go. So go here in the studio. I see my white balance here is a hair different than what it was doing, or no, it's on. I accidentally stuck it into auto white balance in this preset. And so apologies for that. That's why I'm looking a little blue in the face. But you can see, like, having those abilities can really make a big difference, whether you're permanent installed, whether you're portable, whether you're a church, a music venue, no matter what you are. Having these capabilities could really help you to take your productions to the next level. Not only being able to use these cameras to have more cameras with less operators, or cameras with no operators, but also just having the ability to put that on the screen, to record it, send it on a live stream, etc., is kind of priceless. So if you are thinking about cameras, you're interested, this one is definitely worth a good look. The BZBGear Adamo Jr. In this review, it's the 20x that we've got going on here, but they've got a 12x zoom, a 20x, a 30x. Don't know what you need? Hey, just use our contact page or send an email to gear, G-E-A-R, at ABOVEAVL.com. We love to help you figure out exactly what you need for your situation, for your particular needs, and help you get it in your hands with a personalized price. If that sounds good, guys, we appreciate you, and we'll see you over at ABOVEAVL.com. Not for you, no worries. Just subscribe if you're new here, because we want to get you our next videos in your hand. Check out our other channels. We'll make sure they're all linked below, and we'll see you in our next video. Thanks.